equation is f of x is equal to x squared minus 4 if x is less than or equal to 2, 2x minus 4 if x is greater than 2. Now, you are more than welcome to do some of this on your calculator. I don't know if you realize it or not, but I'm going to do the top piece first. That is a parabola. Did you know that? Okay, so good job. So in your calculator for y1, put in x squared minus 4.
Oh no, I gotta change it. I still have the R and the whatever.
Colorful. Okay, do we have it? Okay. What is the end number of this piece? The end number of this piece is this number right here, 2. That is going to be the end of that piece of the graph. That's where it's going to stop. So when x is 2, what is y? 0. And that is a less than or equal to, so it is a closed circle at 2, 0. Okay? Now, I need to pick a number smaller than 2 because it's less than. But when you pick that number, looking at your graph, is there somewhere the graph is changing that would be a good point to pick? I think it's 0, isn't it? And it's 0, negative 4? And that's not an endpoint, so it's just a regular point. Right? So I am guessing this parabola looks like this. Does it? Is that what yours looks like? Why did I stop it at 2? Why did I not put an arrow there? Because that's this end point of that piece. Does that make sense? Now, the next piece starts at 2. So when x is 2 for this bottom piece, if you want to put it in your calculator, fine. That's up to you. What is y? 0. But it is an open circle, isn't it? Since they are both at the same spot, the first one was a closed circle, this one is going to be an open circle. So I just kind of put an open circle around it. Can you give me another point? That is a line, by the way, on that line. Well, it can't be 0, negative 4 because it has to be greater than 2. Right? So you have to be careful what point you pick. You said what? 4, 4?
Mode, and then where it says color, would you be able to count?
So I think it looks like that.
So you put both of them on the same graph?
Yes, you do. Because that one function different pieces.
Since you can say R down here.
Go to format. And change that one to rectangular coordinates. There you go. Okay, it is one function, so it is one graph all together. Are you with me? Let's do another one. But this one's going to be a little more difficult, okay? You feel like it's what?
The graphing that we did a while ago where it gave us like use graph and then you had to like find like the domain and range. Graph like the equations for that would be like piecewise logic, right?
Yeah. We always do one piece at a time. I always start with the top piece. If the top piece says 3, that means that no matter what x is, y is 3, doesn't it? And doesn't it start at -4? With what kind of circle? Okay? And then where does it go to? Does it go to -1? With what kind of circle? Open. So my first piece looks like that. Does that make sense to you? The second piece is -x, which, by the way, is just a line, isn't it? So when x is -1, what is y? With a closed circle.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to be a point there. When x is 3, what is y?
3. -3.
With a open circle? So it looks like that. Now, the third piece, I think it's going to have a closed circle at 3, 0. Do you agree? Do you know what that looks like? Do you want to graph that piece? It's a curve, but it's not a line, because a line means straight, but it is a curve.
So what would you call it?
A curve.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But the word line means straight.
So very straight line is bad.
Yes, it is. It's math.
Okay,
And
okay.
math.
This has to be a math thing.
It is a math thing.
Because this is a squiggly line, and this is a zigzag line.
Right, right.
This is a
But a
dotted
math
line.
thing, by definition, a line is a straight. No, because one of the most important things you learn in kindergarten, and this is kind of a teacher joke, that it's a kindergarten teacher's job to teach us one of the most important things kids learn in kindergarten is flush. And that is not a lie. So, I have a point there, I need another point.
You have, so there's 4, 1,
4, 1.
7, 2.
So it looks like this. Why does that one get an arrow on the end? Because X goes forever, doesn't it? Does this make sense?
How did you get 4, 1, and 7, 2?
If I put a 4 in here for X, don't I get the square root of 1?
Okay, yeah.
I put a 7, I get the square root of 4.
Okay.
Or they might have traced it on their calculators.
I just worked it out. So I can give you 4.
Either way works.
I can give you 5 and 6.
Okay, does this make sense to you?